Hello everyone. Welcome to our special series on the most valuable Mercury dimes in the U.S. history. Let us dive directly into the story of these treasures. Today we open the case on a small coin with a big story. The 1917 Mercury Dime. This coin looks delicate. It carries one of the most recognized U.S. designs. Adolph A. Weinman sculpted the image. He gave liberty a winged cap to symbolize freedom of thought. The reverse pairs a fasces with an olive branch to signal strength and peace. The Mercury Dime series began in 1916. It replaced the older barber dime as part of a wave of new coin designs. That change was driven by taste, technology, and a desire for more modern American coinage. The 1917 issues come from three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left small differences that matter to collectors. Why does the 1917 dime excite collectors? Because condition and detail vary widely. Full strike examples with clear bands on the reverse are rare and prized. Mint marks tell the tale. A 1917 D or 1917 S can carry a premium over the Philadelphia strike. That premium grows rapidly as the grade moves from worn to uncirculated. Collectors hunt for full bands on the facades. Full bands proves a sharp strike and boosts value. Even minor clarity on those bands separates a hobbyist coin from an auction-level piece. The 1917 D is a semi-key date in the series. It is scarcer in higher grades than many other 1917 strikes. That scarcity underpins its collectability. What can you expect in ordinary markets? Circulated 1917 dimes often trade for a few dollars to a few dozen dollars. Collectors pay more for nice examples. Uncirculated and full-band specimens jump into three-figure prices. Gem and near-perfect examples move into four figures. Conditions change the value curve fast. Auction history proves the point. Verified auction records show 1917 D Mercury dimes selling for thousands in high grades. A documented sale reached $7,800 in MS-67. Special pricing guides show an even higher ceiling for top full-band pieces. Industry price ranges list theoretical or retail ceilings near $44,000 for extreme full-band rarities in the highest grades. So yes, the 1917 Mercury dime is valuable. The right coin in the right grade commands serious money. That is provable by auction data and price guides. If you are holding a 1917 dime, examine the reverse bands carefully. Look for sharp separation and clear definition across the bundle of fasces. Full bands changes the story. Certification matters. Grading by PCGS, NGC, or a similar service converts a raw coin into a market-ready asset. Collectors trust graded coins and pay accordingly. Provenance and auction listing lift prices. A continuous paper trail and professional photos reduce buyer risk and increase final bids. Auctions favor verified conditions and clear history. If you want maximum potential, aim for an authenticated full-band specimen in mint state with top-tier grading. That is where the five-figure sales live. Practical advice: do not clean the coin. Do not store it in PVC. Photograph both sides. Get a professional appraisal, then consider grading. Small mistakes destroy value. Final tally. Typical 1917 Mercury dimes move for modest sums. The best 1917 full-band mint state examples can reach into the tens of thousands of dollars. Industry guides list highs near $44,000, and auction records include sales as high as $7,800 for top certified pieces. If you own one, you hold history and potential profit in the palm of your hand. Get it checked, grade it, and bring it to market with documentation. That is how small silver turns into substantial value. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are moving towards the remarkable history of one of the greatest treasures in American coinage. the 1916 D Mercury Dime. This small silver dime carries a story that has fascinated collectors for more than a century. It is not only the first year of the Mercury Dime series, but also the lowest mintage of the entire set. In 1916, the United States Mint sought to refresh its coinage designs. The barber dime had been in circulation for 25 years, and new artistry was demanded by law and public taste. The government wanted coins that reflected modern America, beauty, and liberty. Adolph A. Weinman, a German-born sculptor, won the design competition. His portrait of liberty with a winged cap symbolized freedom of thought. The reverse displayed a fasces, the Roman symbol of authority, tied with an olive branch for peace. Together, they expressed America's strength tempered by peace. 3 mints struck Mercury Dimes in 1916: Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver. But it is the Denver issue, the 1916 D, that turned into legend. Why? Because Denver produced only 264,000 examples. That is the lowest mintage of any Mercury dime, and one of the lowest of any 20th century U.S. coin. Compared with tens of millions produced at other mints, the 1916 D is a fraction of the total. Scarcity makes value. From the moment collectors realized how few were struck, demand surged. Most coins went into circulation, and few survived in pristine condition. That makes high-grade examples exceptionally rare. This rarity explains why collectors consider the 1916 D the key date of the Mercury Dime series. Without it, a complete set is impossible. Every serious collector hunts for it, and competition drives prices sky high. Even circulated examples fetch strong prices. But the true magic happens when a coin surfaces in mint state with sharp details. Those pieces ignite bidding wars. Auction houses have recorded staggering sales. Certified high-grade 1916 D Mercury Dimes have reached into the tens of thousands of dollars. One notable piece graded MS67 brought nearly $200,000 at auction. That maximum value is not theory. It is fact. Records show that in elite condition, the 1916 D Mercury Dime can sell for $200,000 or more. It is not just a coin. It is an investment-class artifact. Collectors are motivated not only by rarity, but also by beauty. The Mercury Dime's design ranks among the finest in American numismatics. The combination of artistry, low mintage, and collector demand makes the 1916 D unmatched. For you, the message is clear. If you ever come across a 1916 D Mercury Dime, even in worn condition, it carries value far beyond its face. It is a coin worth securing, protecting, and authenticating. Authentication is essential. Counterfeits exist because demand is so high. Professional grading from PCGS or NGC verifies authenticity and condition, and that certification unlocks the full market value. Imagine holding a small silver coin, struck more than a century ago, that could pay for a car, a house down payment, or even more. That is the potential power of the 1916 D Mercury Dime. This coin teaches a lesson in opportunity. What looks ordinary can hide extraordinary worth. A dime from your grandfather's pocket change could now be a six-figure treasure. Collectors know it. Dealers know it. Auction houses know it. And now you know it too. The 1916 D Mercury Dime is a true American rarity, a coin that has turned heads for generations. So if you ever spot that tiny D mint mark on the back of a 1916 dime, take notice. That coin could be worth more than you ever imagined. Treat it with care, certify it, and you may hold a fortune in silver. Let's move towards today, the 1925 D Mercury Dime. This dime, though small in size, carries enormous weight in the world of coin collecting. Its beauty, rarity, and historical context make it one of the most valuable Mercury dimes ever struck. The Mercury Dime series began in 1916, designed by the sculptor Adolph A. Weinman. His design of liberty with a winged cap represented freedom of thought, while the reverse with a fasces and olive branch symbolized America's strength and desire for peace. By 1925, the Denver Mint produced only a limited quantity of Mercury Dimes. Just over 5 million coins were struck there, but very few survived in top condition. That low survival rate is what makes the 1925 D stand out among collectors today. This particular issue is known for weak strikes and heavy circulation. Most were used in everyday commerce, passed from hand to hand during the 1920s, a time when America was roaring with energy and prosperity. Because so many wore down in circulation, finding sharp, fully struck examples today is an immense challenge. That rarity has transformed the 1925 D into a key target for serious collectors. Every complete Mercury Dime set demands a 1925 D. Without it, the collection feels unfinished. That demand has pushed values steadily upward year after year. Even in lower circulated grades, the 1925 D commands respect. But the true excitement begins when a coin surfaces in mint state with full band details on the reverse. Those rare gems spark bidding wars. Why is this so? Collectors treasure what is scarce and beautiful. The combination of Denver's low production quality, heavy circulation, and limited surviving mint state examples makes this dime one of the rarest. Auction records tell the story. High-grade, fully struck 1925 D Mercury Dimes have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, an MS-67 full bands example has brought in nearly $40,000 at auction. That is the maximum power of this coin. A single dime, worth $40,000. This proves without question that the 1925 D Mercury Dime is one of the most valuable in the series. It is not just about money. It is about history, artistry, and the chance to own something only a handful of people on Earth can possess. That is what gives the 1925 D its legendary status. Collectors across the globe recognize it. Dealers prize it. Auction houses showcase it. Every sale adds to its mystique, and every appearance in top condition is celebrated. If you hold a 1925 D Mercury Dime, you hold more than silver. You hold an artifact of the 1920s, a rare survivor that has beaten the odds of circulation and time. To unlock its full potential, certification is vital. A graded coin authenticated by PCGS or NGC opens doors to top-tier buyers and auctions where prices soar to their maximum. Think of it this way. A coin that once bought a loaf of bread in the 1920s could today pay for a luxury car. That is the miracle of rarity and demand. So yes, the 1925 D Mercury Dime is truly that valuable. It stands as one of the most desirable coins in American history. A coin that transforms a simple dime into a treasure chest of opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever encounter a 1925 D Mercury Dime, remember its story, its scarcity, and its power. Protect it, grade it, and you may be holding a fortune in your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, now we uncover the fascinating story of one of the shining rarities of American coinage, the 1931 D Mercury Dime. This dime is more than just silver. It is a coin born in the shadows of the Great Depression, a time when the United States mint struck far fewer coins due to reduced economic activity. That backdrop gave birth to one of the most sought-after Mercury Dimes in the entire series. The Mercury Dime itself had been introduced in 1916, designed by the talented Adolph A. Weinman. With liberty crowned in a winged cap to symbolize freedom of thought, and the fasces paired with an olive branch on the reverse, the design carried symbolism that still resonates today. By 1931, America was in the depths of the Great Depression. Few people had spare change, and fewer still had the means to save coins. Mintages dropped sharply, and the Denver Mint produced only about 1.2 million Mercury Dimes that year. That small mintage makes the 1931 D Mercury Dime one of the lowest production issues in the entire series. While many earlier dimes saw tens of millions produced, this Denver issue stood out immediately for its scarcity. Collectors quickly realized the importance of this coin. Even in its own time, it was known that the 1931 D would not be easy to find in future years. People who saved them were making an investment in rarity. Over the decades, circulation wore down most of the 1931 D dimes. The few that remained in mint state condition became precious trophies. This survival gap between ordinary circulated coins and pristine gems is the engine of its modern value. Today, the 1931 D Mercury Dime is recognized as a semi-key date. It is a cornerstone of any serious Mercury Dime set, and collectors compete fiercely to acquire it. Without it, no Mercury Dime collection is complete. Even in circulated grades, the coin attracts attention. But when a 1931 D appears with sharp strike and brilliant luster, prices accelerate rapidly. Auction history proves its strength. High-grade examples certified in mint state with full bands have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. One exceptional example has reached beyond $25,000 in open bidding. That is the ceiling of this dime's power. A small coin worth as much as a new car. It is not fantasy, it is fact, supported by verifiable auction records. The maximum value today stands at about $25,000 to $30,000 for a fully certified, high-grade full-band specimen. That puts the 1931 D Mercury Dime among the most valuable dimes ever produced. Its worth comes not only from its rarity, but also from its historical context. Coins of the Depression years remind us of resilience and survival. To own one is to own a relic of America's struggle and triumph. Collectors worldwide understand this significance. The 1931 D is an international symbol of rarity, a coin that has drawn attention in major numismatic publications and auction catalogs for decades. If you are fortunate enough to hold one, treat it as treasure. Have it authenticated, graded, and preserved. A certified coin unlocks its full market potential and ensures you can reach top buyers. Think about it. A dime that once bought a meal during the Depression could today pay thousands of dollars. That transformation is what makes coin collecting so inspiring. Yes, the 1931 D Mercury Dime is truly that valuable. It is one of those rare pieces that has broken out of ordinary status and entered the world of legends. Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate the power of history, scarcity, and beauty combined. In the case of the 1931 D Mercury Dime, those forces come together to create one of the greatest prizes of U.S. coinage. Now the last in this episode, the shining stars of American coinage, the 1941 D Mercury Dime. This coin may appear ordinary to the casual eye, but to collectors it represents beauty, history, and value that has stood strong for over 80 years. The Mercury Dime series began in 1916, crafted by Adolph A. Weinman. His vision of liberty wearing a winged cap symbolized freedom of thought, while the fasces with an olive branch on the reverse signified America's balance of strength and peace. By 1941, the world was on edge. World War II was spreading across Europe and Asia, though the United States had not yet entered. During this time, coinage production in America surged as the economy prepared for uncertain times. The Denver Mint struck over 45 million Mercury Dimes in 1941. While the mintage was large, the real treasure lies not in quantity but in quality. A small percentage of these dimes survived with blazing luster, sharp details, and fully struck bands on the reverse. These special survivors are what separate ordinary coins from extraordinary rarities. Collectors prize examples with full bands, a designation showing that the tiny lines on the fasces are fully separated. This is the ultimate test of strike and quality. The 1941 D Mercury Dime is especially famous for producing some of the most beautiful full-band specimens in the entire series. Their sharpness and eye appeal make them stand above the rest. Why is it valuable? Because collectors demand the best. While common circulated 1941 D dimes are plentiful, the top mint state full bands coins are breathtaking rarities. Only a handful exist in pristine gem condition. These coins are the elite of the elite. Certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, they ignite bidding wars at auctions. Collectors with deep pockets compete fiercely to own one. Auction history tells the story. A single 1941 D Mercury Dime graded MS68 with full bands brought nearly $20,000 at auction. That's the power of condition and rarity combined. Think about that for a moment. A dime that once bought a cup of coffee in 1941 is now worth $20,000. That transformation is nothing short of extraordinary. The maximum value today rests in the highest certified examples. Top registry quality coins, flawless in strike and luster, command the very highest premiums. This coin teaches a clear lesson. Even a common date can become a king when preserved in absolute perfection. That is the magic of the 1941 D Mercury Dime. Collectors worldwide recognize its significance. The coin is not just silver, it is a symbol of American history at the brink of war, a masterpiece of design, and a shining prize for anyone fortunate enough to own one. If you have a 1941 D Mercury Dime, check its condition carefully. Look for sharp details, bright surfaces, and clear full bands. Those tiny lines could mean the difference between $20 and $20,000. Certification is essential. A coin graded by PCGS or NGC unlocks its true market value and ensures buyers trust what they see. That trust translates directly into higher bids. Yes, the 1941 D Mercury Dime is truly valuable. Its record-setting sales and reputation among collectors prove that it belongs among the most desirable coins in American numismatics. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May it inspire you to look closely at your coins and imagine the hidden treasures they might hold.